Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I have no idea what's in this package. It was sent to me by Artisan Cutlery, and Artisan's one of the companies who sometimes tells me what they're sending and sometimes they don't. Most of the time, it's available when I upload the video. So I will link this down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks so much to Artisan for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. All right, let's find out what it is. I think Artisan has had, okay, so it is something premium, or at least I'm assuming by the box. I think Artisan and CJRB have had a pretty good 2022, 2023. In some cases, they've had some absolutely spectacular releases. So this doesn't feel ultra heavy, so I don't think we're going to look at a gigantic knife. What do we got here? What do we got? Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got something a little bit interesting here. Look at this. With a little shield of Timascus. So we have what appears to be T8 for the fasteners, which is excellent. That's what I like. We have some diagonal texturing here. And then it's kind of neat how they've done the chamfer lines around the edges. By the way, what is this called? I mean, it'll be linked in the description, but this is the Weyden. The Weyden in S90V. We will get to that blade, but un momento. I do like the idea of putting a little, it's kind of, I don't know that I've ever seen a shield crest in a knife that's made of Timascus. Obviously, doing the shield in a knife is something that we see a lot, especially on classic stuff. These are not contoured scales, neither is the face of the clip, but I do like the texturing there. Oh, look what they did with the backspacer too. That's nice. Very interesting. This is not, oh, we got a little factory nick here. Yeah, right there. You see that? I mean, I mean, if I got this, I can't say I've ever seen that happen on a brand new Artisan Cutlery. Let's zoom way in, you guys can see. But I mean, it's, it can happen. I wouldn't expect that to happen with, your brand new knife. I think this probably just got bumped. It's pulling my fingernails off. Oh, there's just a little teeny tiny nick in the titanium. Yeah, it got knocked by something. I wouldn't expect that to be the case. It's pretty rare for that to happen on a brand new Artisan Cutlery, but hey, it does. And the nice thing is if you order a knife and something like that is the case, you can usually send it back. But anyways, let's take a look at the blade, because I made a comment about the sand polish being somewhat inconsistent from model to model. I'd like to see this one here. A bit of an awkward draw there. Oh boy, what do we got going on here? Oh, good. I was like, surely that's not I thought that was like discoloration on the blade. There was just a dark, maybe some oil or something like that. All right, so this sand polish is pretty nice. I like that high reflectivity. That's pretty darn close to what I expect to see, or that I, like, what's the Artisan Cutlery, the model that I just lost my mind over. I'm spacing it, but there was basically the comparison that I did between another model and that knife. They both were listed as having sand polish, and I noted that the sand polish on one was much more reflective than the sand polish on another. So I would like to see some consistency, and when I say consistency, I mean I would like anything that is sand polished, because that's like Artisan Cutlery's thing. I would like it to be on the much more reflective side consistently. I think there's a reason to pick this finish up over like a basic belt satin finish. I think it looks a lot better. So, having it on the dull side obviously is not ideal. It's a bit of an awkward flip, I'm going to be honest with you. And I'll after I carry this and have some experience with it, I'll do the comprehensive review. But right off the bat here, I think the most comfortable way to flip it is actually to top flip it. Look at that little hook right there, right? Yeah, so that makes me want to grab it here and flip. And that's okay. Front flipping it, though, it's not perfect. It's okay. The other thing that's a bit awkward is accessing the lock bar. This is a little pinchy. It's not my favorite thing in the whole world. It's not super sharp. It's not like, oh my God, it's terrible, right? But I am, you know, it's definitely noticeable. Top flipping it is definitely the way to go. This is very different in terms of not only what I normally see from Artisan cutlery, but just kind of overall. It's almost got like kind of an insect-like body, right? Wasp or ant body. And then the blade, I don't know, whatever you want to call that, right? But it looks good. What do we have here? Do we have the designer's name on the box? Let's take a look. No, we don't. But it will be listed in the description. Outside of that, you know, centering looks good. Yeah. No detent lash. Lockup, all good. Yeah. Action's nice, for sure. Let's go ahead and weigh it. All right, weight on this guy. Weight on the Weyden. Let's try and get it right in the middle there. 3.49 ounces. Not bad for full titanium. Let's go ahead and measure it real quick and see what we're looking at size-wise. Here's the other thing. I gotta be honest. I have it's not a thumb injury, but I got a burr directly in my thumb from one of my dogs, and it went in deep. And I don't know if those things have, I always tell myself they got like poison in them or something, because I swear my thumbs or my fingers swell up after you get either a goat horn or whatever you call those things. They're burrs. They're about the size of a dime out here. But I got one directly in my thumb, and so now every time I front flip, I can feel it. So I'm trying to remember that a lot of that discomfort is from the recent burr incident. But still, though, even if I'm using a part of my thumb that's not, it just doesn't feel optimal. It's not bad, it just doesn't feel optimal. Length, 7.5 inches. Blade length, 3.35. Cutting edge, 3 1/8. Let's go ahead and do just a couple of size comparisons here real quick. Sorry, should have had this ready to go. Probably the bug out. Yeah, this is a very bug out sized knife. Maybe, how about Demco 80 20.5? That's a good one. There we go. Ontario Rat Model 2. How about the Spyderco Para 3? And one more on the budget end. Let's do this CJRB Pyrite. So that's roughly the size that you're looking at there. Interesting knife. Can't say it's my favorite design release so far, just first impressions. The nice thing is we are almost certainly going to have a reasonable price tag associated with this. Artisan Cutlery is doing a great job of releasing interesting finishes, interesting designs, premium materials, premium tolerances for sub $200 these days. So if that's what we have here, then I think, you know, if you like the design, then it's not a bad price. Just first impressions, though. Get some more details on that down the road. That's going to be it for today. Like I said, links for this guy in the description. Thanks again to Artisan Cutlery for sending it in. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.